to read some spooky romances and I am here for it. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a reading vlog where you pick my books and I'm going to read some spooky romances. I was waiting for the inspiration to hit me. I was waiting for the time where I was like, you know what? I want to read all the spooky, kind of spooky, I should say, romances on my TBR. And I have a lot of them. I have a lot. A lot came out at the end of September and a lot are coming out in October. So what I decided to do, I posted a list of books over on my Patreon and I was like, hey, pick as many or as little books as you want, vote on them. Basically, I'm going to read them in this reading vlog. So I'm very excited for the ones that they chose because I always expect polls to go one way and then they go the completely opposite way. So I'm very excited about the books that they picked and I'm excited to talk about them with you. Now, one that wasn't on the poll, and that's because it's going to be my physical reading book, that is Hopelessly Devoted by Audrey Goldberg Ruoff. So this one is an ARC I got from Atria. It actually came out on September 16th, so it's still like within the last month. And I have had this on my TBR since I saw this cover. I don't know if you guys can see the cover, but it's like magic. They have sparkles around them. There's a little white kitty cat. Oh my gosh, it just looks so cute. It looks like a cozy paranormal rom-com-y, which is kind of spooky. It has some spooky stuff, I guess you could say. Vicky now owes a lesser devil the souls her parents promised him in exchange for her gift of summoning the dead by burning an object they treasured in life. So it has like some paranormal aspects. I don't know, this just seems really cute. I have this on my Kindle, but my physical reading time is few and far between, so I definitely want to get to this one. Now, I don't know if you guys pay attention to some Amazon originals, but basically over on Amazon they did this like short novella, short story, kind of like, I don't know what they're called. It's like a collection. I forgot the actual collection, but they have 6 books in there. And this one's all about like paranormal things, vampires, stuff like that for October. So they're like novella links. So what I did in my poll is I combined 2, 2, and 2. So they picked, out of those 3, they picked Hot for Slayer by Ali Hazelwood and Spicy Little Curses by J.T. Geisinger. So I've heard a lot about the Hot for Slayer by Ali Hazelwood. I think it's a vampire hunter with a vampire. I'm all for that. I love that. And then Spicy Little Creatures by J.T. Geisinger. I don't know what the paranormal aspect is of that one, but I think it's set in New Orleans. I'm very excited to see what those 2 are about. So those will be like 2 novellas I read, which I've been wanting to read some of these, but I was like, I don't know if I can read all 6. Now, the topmost 2 voted on books besides those 2 novellas is Good Spirits by B.K. Borson and Soul Searching by Lila Sage. So the votes are like one off of each other. Like one has 16 votes, one has 15 votes. So that's a lot of books to read for this reading vlog. I'm gonna try and get to Good Spirits by B.K. Borson because that is the most voted on one. But if I can squeeze in Soul Searching, I most definitely will do that because I have the audiobooks for both. So Good Spirits actually doesn't come out, I think, until October 21st, if I'm not mistaken. But the audiobook is available through Libro FM, which is like an early ALC program. And then I have Soul Searching by Lila Sage on my Libby app. So I think Soul Searching is more of like small town, kind of spooky paranormal, maybe it's a ghost, I'm pretty sure. Same thing with Good Spirits. I like to go into those like more contemporary romance authors, like adventure into the paranormal, witchy, maybe spooky things kind of blind. So let's go ahead and get this vlog started. I don't know what book I'm gonna dive into first. Ooh, maybe I'll probably start with the novellas because I'm very interested in those. So I'll let you guys know when I start one of the novellas what I think about them. So I hope you come along with me for the week while we read some spooky romances. Hello, Mimi is here. Hi, Mommy. Yeah, she is here. I don't know why the lighting's so weird. It's very cloudy outside and I have windows all in my living room. Anyway, you're here to hear me talk about books. And I have good news and I have some not so great news. So last night I had finished Hot for Slayer by Ali Hazelwood. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really know where, hello, where are you going? I don't know where you're going, Mommy. I didn't know where this book was going. It felt like it was a novella, which it was. And I'm like, I liked the story. It was very quick. It was cute. Basically, I was right. It's a vampire slayer. And they've been going at it for like chasing each other, or she's been trying to run away from him for centuries now. Centuries. And you see that something happens. Oh, hello. Something happens where he like loses his memory And she finds him and he's like, who are you? Like, I feel like I know you, but I don't know you. And she's like doing all these lies, like trying to tell him like, oh, you're my accountant. Oh, this and that, whatever. And my favorite part is when he actually gets his memories back, because then you see like all of these things that he's been doing for the past like centuries, if that makes sense. I liked it. So I'm landing at like a 3.5, 4 stars. It was fine. It's not my favorite Ali Hazelwood. Like, I've read another novella by her, which was Games We Play. I think it was that. It was like two professionals working in like a engineering. They were like game engineers, something like that, like with games, and I really liked that one. So if I'm like comparing that novella to this one, I prefer that one over this one. But I don't know which one was longer. I feel like that one was longer, which makes sense. But it was cute. It was fun. I wish we had a little bit more gore and bloodiness, because it happens at the beginning and then towards the end. But it was cute. It was adorable. Now, I do have some not so great news, and I don't know if this is because Lila Sage's writing is not for me, but I'm DNFing Soul Searching. And the only reason why I'm DNFing it is because I'm 25% through this book, and I literally do not care. I do not care about the female character. I do not care about the male character. I don't feel like they have a connection. I feel like this is one of those stories where it's really just all about her, and that's fine. It's just not something I personally like to read. Yes. I'll tell you the beginning of like what this book is about, what I've learned. Our female character, she's a twin. She goes back to the super small town where she's from in Wyoming. You see that her and her twin can actually like see ghosts, like she can see them, and I don't know if the ghost can see her, but like she can kind of interact with, like they can pass through her and stuff like that. So like that's interesting. I like the spookiness of that. So that's fine. But my thing is when our hero was introduced, he's like seeing her like from his point of view, and he like sees her talking to herself like, oh, this is so stupid, why am I doing that? And he thinks it's about him. So like she says something like, oh, this is boring or something like that. And it wasn't really about him, even though she seems like that. And like there was just some things where I'm like, oh, she's like an unlikable character, and that's totally fine. I love a female character that's unlikable, but then her character grows and she becomes likable. Like I've read a couple books like that, especially in like a small town setting. I do mind that. If It Makes You Happy is a perfect example of that. But I don't care about either character. Like I am with this. If I have an unlikable female character, I have to like the hero. And I feel bad for the hero. I was like, I don't want her to be with him. I don't want him to be with her. Like, that's where I'm at right now. Like, I don't want him to be anywhere near her. I don't like that she's, like, lying to him about specific things and, like, not telling him. Like, there's no reason for her to lie, if that makes sense. And I don't understand where this is going. Like, how is this romance going to play out? I don't know, but I also don't care. And that's where I'm like, I just need to DNF this book. So, I have read Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. I really enjoyed that one. I think I read the second book, and I don't remember the second and third book, and I did not read the fourth book in that series, I'm pretty sure. But for me, when I read Done and Dusted, it was like I hadn't read small town romance in a while, and I really liked it, but then the other ones in the series kind of like let me down a little bit. So I don't know if Lila Sage is for me or not based on this book. Now, I know this is very different from her other small town kind of like Cowboy Ranch series, so I don't know if it's also that, but it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite, so I'm DNFing it. I don't have time to read the rest of this book, which is another 7.5 hours of listening to this audiobook where I really don't think that it's going to be good. Usually by like 25% I can tell how I'm going to feel about a book, and I have a feeling this is probably going to be a 3-star, if anything, so I'm just going to we're not gonna read it. We're not reading 3-star books that are just okay. I want to read books that I'm really enjoying. I want to read books that are really gripping me, that are like, that I like sitting down and listening to, whether I have to work, whether I'm doing chores, where I'm like gonna sit down. But what I am very excited for is I'm about to do reading sprints with my Patreon, which is why I'm in my living room. I'm gonna start Hopelessly Devoted. Now this one, I think I've said what it's about. He's back at his family manor. He has a screenwriting career that's quote unquote failed. And Victoria is the girl next door. She bought Hopelessly Devoted. So I am a little nervous. I'm excited because the cover's super cute. It's a new to me author. I'm very excited. I'm a little nervous because cozy stuff like this doesn't, like cozy fantasy doesn't always work for me. But since this seems more cozy paranormal, it's giving Jennifer Chipman vibes, and I have read her and I really liked her. So I'm gonna start this on my reading sprints and see how far I get. It's like a 350 page book. Yeah,
350 page book. I don't know how far I'm gonna get. Hopefully I don't DNF it because I just don't, I don't know. I want to like books. I want to like spooky books. So I'm gonna go pop on Patreon reading sprints and I'm gonna start Hopelessly Devoted. And I really like this nod to Grease, as in Hopelessly Devoted, you know?
This vlog is going in a absolute complete different direction than I was expecting. Okay, so I'm just rolling with it. We're just gonna roll with it. You remember how I said I'm gonna read this book, I'm gonna read that book, I'm gonna read this book in this vlog, and it's gonna be great, and we're gonna read some spooky romances? Well, number one, I'm dumb. Number two, I'm DNFing a lot. So on my Patreon reading sprints, I was like, oh, I'm gonna start Hopelessly Devoted. Really excited, cute, cozy, has a little cat. So excited for it, right? Like all here for it. The vibes are vibing, right? I thought, well, so I thought. Love this, okay? I got about 6 pages in and the author's writing was so just cringe and not for me. Not for me. This may be for a completely different audience than me. This is not my type of book. So as I have discovered last year, cozy fantasy, hard no, not for me. I've also discovered this like cozy rom-com paranormal type romance, also not for me. So all that to say, I DNF this. I'm not counting this as a true DNF. I had the best high hopes for this, and a lot of people on my Patreon are really, really excited for me to read this. But this is not for me. It'll go to someone else who loves this type of stuff, who likes this type of stuff, who this is what they vibe with. This is just not me. Like, I may look cute, I mean, not right now because I have a dark shirt on, but like everything's pink that I own, okay? My library's pink, my computer, everything on my desk is pink. Like, everything is pink, okay? I love that. But I'm a dark girl on the inside, okay? I like a darker, grittier book, and this is not, I should have guessed because I don't like rom-coms. Anyway, all that to say, this is a DNF. I started this book on my sprints because I was like, what is another spooky paranormal romance, like a darker romance that's been on my TBR for a little while. So I started The Fang Arrangement by Sarah Blue, which I've heard about Sarah Blue. She writes some Omegaverse stuff. She has this like Why Choose Hockey, I think, series. I have a special edition of that book on my shelves. But I heard really good things about the Marriage Hex, which is the first book in the series, but they're like interconnected standalones. And so I picked this up and I'm now 22%, and this is what I want. See, this is why I DNF books, because those two books, well, Soul Searching by Lila Sage just was not, the vibes were not vibing. That's not the vibes I was wanting, okay? Hopelessly Devoted, don't like the writing style, but it is gloomy outside. I want witches and werewolves and vampires, and that's what we're going for. So my TBR for this video is completely changing, and that's okay. That's totally fine. Fang Arrangement though, 22% in, I love it. It's about a witch. You see that she is an elemental witch, so she does a lot with gardening and stuff like that. Super cute, adorable. And then you see our, well, I'm assuming is our hero. He is this like powerful vampire, which gets me every time. Something about the like broody alpha overprotective vampire just brings me back to being that 13-year-old girl who is reading Twilight. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. Don't ask me. That's where it comes from, okay? Yes, I'm 31 years old, but I will still go back to that girl, okay? It's really interesting because she goes on her 21st birthday. This is all in the first like chapter, right? It says 8 years ago. She's 21. She goes to this like vampire bar type thing, and this girl, her name's Samantha, we come to find out, takes her to see her father, who is just her sire, like the person who changed her into a vampire. He is broody, all this stuff like that. They're talking and stuff like that, and he's like, I'll promise you I'll let you go free from here, because at that point, the coven that she's a part of, the werewolves, the vampires, there's so much tension between them. Like, war is brewing between all of them. And so he's like, I will let you go free if you give me a taste of your blood. And she's like, okay, but I want you to put that in an oath that you won't harm me, like, ever. And so he does. He tastes her blood, and something changes. Like, you see the look on his face. So from her point of view, I'm like, yes, give it to me. Something's gonna happen. So then you find out. I'm 22% in. He goes back, and there's something about her blood that like speaks to him. And so he's been like, he compelled her to forget about that night. Like, go home, don't remember it. But she still feels this like faint thing randomly in her finger where she was pricked and where he drank her blood. Love it. Anyway, it's also set in Louisiana, which they don't have accents. I don't know why it's set in Louisiana because there's nothing like cultural or atmospheric about that, but I thought it would, I love that. It's just mentioned because I'm from Louisiana. Anyway, it is so fun so far. I can't wait to see where it goes. He's obviously trying to protect her now. He's like, screw it. I'm done waiting. It's been 8 years. I want her in my life. And his daughter, who's it's like a single guardian, like he's just her guardian or whatever because he like turned her. So she's like kind of grown up with him a little bit. So it's super cute that they have like that kind of relationship, which I find adorable. But you see now that he's like, I'm trying to protect you. Like, I want you to be around me. Like, but this all, I forgot, this all stems from something that she did outside of a restaurant. Like she went to have a break during a date, like go to the restroom, and there was like a vampire that was staked and they think it's her and they take her in, and that's where this whole thing comes from. He's like, I'm tired of waiting, let's just do it. So he kind of like, I'll do anything to make her fall for me. So he's like telling her all these things like the vampire council is gonna come, like I can save you if you promise to do this, this, and this for me, like for the next 6 months. So I'm vibing with it. That's gonna be my sit down read. Now, you wanna know how I'm dumb, okay? You know how I said I was gonna read Good Spirits? I bet you guys are screaming at me at the comments, okay? I want spooky romances. Good Spirits is a Christmas romance. Why did I not know that? Like, okay, yes, the cover is blue, okay? But it's spirits. I was thinking ghosts, witches type things. Okay, no, I don't read the blurb. I never read blurbs of books. And people were like, oh, it has my Patreon on Reading Sprints. They were like, oh, it has snowflakes on the cover. I didn't fucking pay attention to that. How am I supposed to pay attention to that? I didn't pay attention. It has poinsettias. How am I supposed to know? Up until like a couple years ago, I didn't know poinsettias was a specific like holiday flower, okay? So anyway, we're not reading Good Spirits in this vlog. I don't know what I'm gonna read next, other than the J.T. Geisinger little audio novella, which I'll probably read tomorrow during like work, because it's only like an hour and a half. I'm very excited about that one. That is also set in New Orleans, so I love the spooky vibes. I'm probably gonna find another book similar to that, but we shall see how long this like spooky mood with vampires and werewolves, like darker stuff lasts, because I love the Fang arrangement stuff. Like Fang arrangement, yes, my vibe. Hopelessly Devoted, no, not my vibe. I figured that out. I figured that out, you know, and then come next year, I can say, you know what, all the cute holiday, well, I say holiday, the cute rom-com-y, paranormal, cozy romances, I skip. Not for me. Not gonna try it. Not even gonna waste my time. Anyway, didn't know Good Spirits was a holiday romance. Yes, it's like the, what is it, the Ghost of Scrooge's Past or something? I don't know why Jess read it in October. It was actually September. Why did she read that in September? I thought it was a spooky book, okay? It's not a spooky book. We're gonna move that to my holiday TBR. I do wanna read it, but it's on my holiday TBR. So that'll be probably in a vlog coming late November, early December, because that's when I read Christmas stuff. But anyway, all that to say, I'm loving the Fang arrangement. Vibes are vibing. Everything's fantastic. We have 1 finish, 2 DNFs, and hopefully no more DNFs, and we're just rolling with the mood rating, okay? We'll see. We'll see where it goes. Come along. For like, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. It could go anywhere at this point, okay? Hello, I am here actually to close out this rating vlog. I finished 2 books. I actually don't even know how long this vlog is. It has been a wild roller coaster, okay, of me DNFing books, liking some books. So I hope you enjoyed the wild ride of me finding some spooky reads. But basically, I'm here to close out this vlog because not only did I finish the J.T. Geisinger book, I also finished The Fang Arrangement by Sarah Bloom, and I really like that one. So we're going to talk about The Fang Arrangement because I like that one the best out of both of them that I read. So The Fang Arrangement, I literally finished really late last night. It was like 1 a.m. But I really, really liked this book. I love an alpha vampire, but I also loved how over time, over the whole book, he like changed a lot of like how he wanted certain things from her. He's like, how do I get her to fall for me? And he just had to be honest and open. The little raccoon Gus, oh my god, it gets me every time. I love this cover. I definitely want a physical copy for my shelves, so I'm gonna see on Amazon. But I loved this. I love the witch. I love like the witch aspects. I love her growing into her own powers and like figuring out what she's good at. I loved her like standing up to her parents. Like there were so many things I loved. I ended up giving it a 4 star. I felt like the ending was a little bit rushed, but it did set up for the next book. I don't know when the next book's coming out, but it definitely set up for that one. Now I want to go read The Marriage Hex because that was a really fun time. So I really love The Fang Arrangement. I think it recently came out. So if you're looking for a spooky read before the end of October, definitely read this one. Loved it. I did finish the JT Geisinger last night while I was cooking dinner, and I will say this is not my favorite. I have a thing with New Orleans, like books set in New Orleans when they're like, it's all about the voodoo, it's all about this, it's all about that. And while that is a big part of the culture, that's not everything, you know, like there are creepy graves and stuff. So like that was fine, but also I felt like the main characters, well, he was fine. He was just broody. He was tattooed. Like he didn't really have like substance. She just kept talking about fucking tacos all the time. And I was like, I don't care about your love of tacos. Like, why are we talking about tacos so much? So I gave it 3 stars. I felt like I was being very generous. I could have definitely skipped this one. I did not care in the slightest. Like, it could have been totally fine. Like, I could have totally skipped it. But I'm so excited to pick up my next read, which I'm not vlogging, but I'm gonna start Alchemized tonight. Now, this is a book that I've read Manacled, so I have a pretty decent understanding of the story. I'm just excited to see what she did with her own world, like creating her own world and stuff. So I'm definitely going to be reading that one, but I'm not going to vlog it. I'm going to take a little bit of break from vlogging, and the next vlog you see from me, it will be my historical fiction reading vlog, where we're going to read like gothic historical fantasies, and I'm so ready for it. So I'm trying to get into the mood for that. So we're definitely still keeping the spooky theme, but more gothic historical, like darker horror gothic historical stuff, fantasy, all that, whimsical, paranormal-ish, maybe with vampires. So shifting gears just a little bit, and I'm so excited. I love like spending a week reading like spooky paranormal romances, but then shifting gears to do more like darker gothic stuff. I'm loving that. So that'll be the next vlog you see from me. If you've made it this far and you want to let me know, leave me the blood drop emoji in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content for me. As always, I hope you're living a novel life, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.